Have you ever wondered how your family decisions have impacted your life? Today we will hear the story of Tom Higgins, a junior here at Rhode Island College. Without his parents, grandparents, and ancestors from Ireland, Tom will not be here with us today. Take it away, Tom.
Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Tom Higgins, and I'm joined today by my older sister, Jennifer Kavanagh. Thanks for being here with us today, Jen.
No problem.
And Jen is going to tell us about how our family got to Rhode Island and Massachusetts. So first, Jen, where are our ancestors from, and when did they first come to America?
Our ancestors are mostly from Ireland and England, and mom's side, especially during the potato famine, they left Ireland and came to Fall River where there were lots of industrial jobs. So that's how they settled here, and from there, families were raised in Fall River and grew from there.
Now, our mother grew up in Fall River, and our father grew up in Worcester. How did our father's parents meet? Our Nana and Papa.
Nana and Papa, Rose and Jack Higgins, they went to the same high school. Rose was about 4 years younger than Jack, and her older sister Martha went to school with Jack. So she introduced the two of them, and they lived around in the same neighborhood. So they went out as on double dates, and were married, and were married for 63 years.
So they met when they were young in high school?
Yes.
Now, how did our mother's parents meet, Grammy and Grandpa?
They met through a mutual friend, Claire, who introduced to them before our grandpa went into the Navy to go into World War II. And they started dating right after the two of them had graduated from high school, I believe. And then he went away. He was stationed at Midway. And then when he came back, they settled down and got married, and then had the 4 kids 4 years after they were married.
And our grandfather, on that side, he went to school locally. He went to PC, correct?
Yes.
And he finished in 3 years?
Yes, he graduated from Providence College, yes.
And we never met him because he actually died when he was 46. Could you tell us a little bit about how he died and what may have caused that?
Sure. He developed lung cancer after smoking for many years, and became symptomatic when he was about 45 years old, and the cancer metastasized to his brain. So he had many tumors that had spread to his brain. They tried to operate, but they were not able to do anything for him. So he passed away when he was 46 of lung cancer.
That's very young. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, Jen's going to talk about our own parents, Mark and Donna.
Are you a smoker? Did you know that each year, smoking claims the lives of approximately 438,000 Americans and causes 30% of all cancer deaths in America? Smoking can also affect your loved ones around you. Secondhand smoke is responsible for an estimated 3,000 lung cancer deaths in America each year. Don't become part of the statistics. Visit smokefree.gov and quit smoking today.
Jen was just about to tell us about our own parents. Jen, could you tell us how our parents met?
Sure. Our father went to UMass Amherst as an undergraduate with our Uncle Brad, who is our mom's brother. And Uncle Brad introduced my mom and dad when they were kind of nearing graduation from UMass in the 70s. And they met, they hit it off. I think, a couple months went by where they didn't see each other. And then one day Brad came home to visit, and he brought our dad with him and to visit his old workplace at the nursing home where my mom was working. And they started to date, and then continued dating from there, and proceeded to get married a few years later. And he moved from Worcester to Fall River to be with our mom.
That's interesting. So Uncle Brad really brought the two of them together.
Yes.
Now, what led our parents to live in our hometown of Dighton, Mass?
Well, Dad had moved from Worcester to Fall River to be with Mom, and they had a little tiny apartment on the second floor of a multifamily house in Fall River. And when they had me, we lived there until I was almost a year old, but it was too small, and they wanted to have a house. So they didn't have a lot of money, but they managed to get a farmer's home loan, and they put the money down. They bought the house in Dighton. They had looked in a couple different communities around there, and they found this house in Dighton and managed to get it just before I turned a year old. That's how we settled there.
Now, before I obviously go to Rick now, but before I went to Rick, you attended college in Rhode Island. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I actually transferred into Salve Regina in Newport, Rhode Island, partway through my college career. I had started off at Bridgewater State and decided that I wanted to live away, went to Newport, lived on campus for my first year there, and graduated from there and finished my classes in December of 2004, and I walked in the ceremony with the 2005 graduates.
And you met your husband, Steve, at Salve, and you guys currently live in Barrington. Can you tell us a little about your own family?
Sure. Steve and I met at Salve. We both lived in the same building when I first moved there. We were really good friends throughout my couple of years at Salve, and we started dating after graduation, and we moved in together in 2007. We lived in Providence at first. Steve works in Providence at the State House, and we wanted to stay local to his work. And then we've more recently moved to Barrington to an apartment. We got married in 2010, and we just had a baby this past January.
And could you tell us a little about baby Jack?
Sure. Jack is just about 3 months old, and he's doing very well. And we're hoping to buy a house soon and settle our roots in Rhode Island more permanently.
So you see yourself long-term in living in Rhode Island?
I do, yes.
Well, it looks like we're just about out of time, but thanks so much for being here with us today, Jen.
No problem.
And thanks for watching.